Thank you, thank you. Kindly be seated. When Jifa said we will succeed because the steer is in your hands, I almost said, Mama is steer, no, but I realized the steer is in my hands already. Thank you. Thank you very much. I have a speech here, but I'll make a few comments before I read my speech, as has become my practice nowadays. This has been a beautiful event. And I want to thank Jifa, the ministry, Rex Omar, and all those involved in the Black Star experience, because it's a multifaceted component of our whole tourism experience. Black Star experience is the overarching superdome of everything that is a component under it, and Rex Omar expatiated that very well. Today we're doing this at a historical monument. You know, in 1957 we gained independence, and in addition to the Black Star Square, which is to our right, we have this monument, which is called the Independence Arc. Now, if you're a student of history, you know what arcs represent. In the past, Alexander the Great, Otto von Bismarck, Napoleon, all of them, when they went to war and they were victorious, an arc was built to commemorate the victory that they had gained. And so when Kwame Nkrumah gained us our independence in 1957, this arc is the monument to actually memorialize our independence. And that's why when you see on top there, you see AD 1957. For those who understand Latin, AD means Anno Domino, and AD represents after Christ. So we have two ages in all our history. We have before Christ, which is called BC, and then we have AD, which is after Christ. And so Anno Domino, the year of 1957, Ghana chalked a success, and this arc was built to commemorate that success. And when it was built, Kwame Nkrumah, together with his Pan-Africanist comrades, Marcus Garvey, W.E.B. Du Bois, and all of them, they envisaged the concept of the Black Star. Because in all our history, you look in the sky, you see a star shining. Because we are miles away, you can see it glitter. But when you go closer, it might not necessarily be white. It could be a different color. And so in all the commemoration of the stars in the sky, it was envisaged that Ghana, the first country to gain independence, was going to be the star of all of Black Africa, including the diaspora. And that is why Kwame Nkrumah talked about the Black Star, the African personality, and all that, to make us proud in our identity and who we were. In the last 8 years, attempts have been made to suppress the role Kwame Nkrumah played in gaining our independence. Indeed, people have said he's not the founder of our nation. Not he alone could have founded our nation. But however you try to suppress the name of Kwame Nkrumah, it has gone beyond our hands. Kwame Nkrumah is a worldwide icon, recognized by the whole world. Recently, I hosted the chairman of the Confederation of African Football, CAF, our brother from South Africa, Motsepe. And while we're sitting and talking, he said one of the things that he learned in school, and that has stayed with him since he left, he grew and became an adult, was what Kwame Nkrumah said after Ghana gained independence. And he paraphrased what Kwame Nkrumah said on our Independence Day. I mean, for a country that had become independent, and we were enjoying and joyful that we were the first nation to become independent, his thinking went beyond Ghana. And he said that, and this is what Mosepe told me, the independence of Ghana is meaningless. It means all the joy we're having is meaningless unless it is linked to the total liberation of the African continent. So that was Kwame Nkrumah for you. But the performances that we have seen here today, I remember as a young student growing up in Legon, we had our little drama studio. And our students in Legon, for their exams and their performances, had to choreograph a drama performance. And we, the students, used to go to the drama studio and pay to go and watch those performances. And they did very well. Beautiful African performances. All of us growing up, maybe of my age, my children here, Shahid and Farida might not have lived in that age. But we remember those epic performances. The King Must Dance Naked, and how we used to flock to go and watch it. In the chest of a woman, or was it in the bosom of a woman? Those of you who are my age, remind me if I make a mistake. In the chest of a woman. There was one called Jogolo. There was even Jakpata or something. I mean, and that was the golden age of dramatic performances in Ghana. And I remember we used to flock to go and watch those performances. There were even the ones that were the movie. And several, icons in the movie industry, some of whom are alive, some of whom are dead. And we lived through all that era, Gollywood, Kumawood. I remember I asked that they don't show foreign films on the presidential jet anymore, and that we should watch Ghanaian movies. And no, this was when I was president before. And I'm going to give the edict again. The plane is gone for service. When it comes, I'll ask them to change all the repertoire and put Ghanaian movies. And I watched a very interesting one between Lil Wayne and I've forgotten his name, our half-caste. When some armed robbers attacked him in conspiracy with his wife, and then Lil Wayne and his wife found him lying down. And the wife said, "Oh, armed robbers." And Abonosa. And Lil Wayne said, "Debi Obroni ofi play mun etofom." And then they took him home, nursed him, and Lil Wayne was pounding fufu and said, anywhere he puts the yam, he should pound it. And then he kept putting the yam, the guy was pounding, and then he wanted to taste one of the yams, he put it in his mouth, and the guy knocked his mouth with the pounding stick. I mean, these are interesting, they are creative. And, I mean, we have the talent. We all knew about Niate. May God bless his soul. Committed to dance choreography. We used to go to the National Theatre to watch the Ghana Dance Ensemble, Ghana Dance Company, No Yam, all of them. I'm happy that in all this economic crisis and all that, they still are alive and that the talent is still there. And I hear even though Niate is gone, his son has taken over and is doing fantastic creative work. And it just lets us know that the talent is there and we must continue to nurture it. I mean, we watched the palm wine music, and I asked if the king of palm wine music was still alive, our Ejako Nimo, and I hear he's alive. This is a man we must honor before he passes. because that was a genre of music that has become a part of our musical archive and our folklore. And for people like this, we shouldn't wait till they die and go and cry at their funerals. And so wherever Jacko Nimo is, Difa, you and your team organize some ceremony. Let's honor him. I know he's been honored in the past. Let's honor him again before God calls him. In the last month or so, we have buried two icons. One, Naa Manua of Wolome fame. I got to meet her not too long ago, last year, yes. She came to my office out of the blue. And we had listened to Wolome music growing up. So when she came, I was quite excited. And we struck a very good friendship. Unfortunately, after I got to know her, it didn't take long. She fell sick. The family came to me. We did everything. We paid the medical bills, but if money could pay for her life, she would be alive. When God decides, He takes what He has given us. The other who passed recently, and because I was too busy with the affairs of state, I didn't get the opportunity to at least go and pay my respects to him, was the last of the Osibisa Teddy Osei. Growing up, these were people who made us proud, and they carried African music and Ghanaian music to the rest of the world. And I pray that God grants him peaceful rest. But there are many people like that who have had the talent, they have performed, we've enjoyed their music in many sectors, in sports, in all the creatives, in film, in music. And today, we ask ourselves, how are their lives? Many of them are living as paupers. Even in old age, money to be able to afford the medicines, to be able to look after themselves, pay for their hospital bills, has become a problem. I've done my best from when I was president before, and even in opposition and as president again, to adapt several of them and provide them with sustenance every quarter in order that they are able to live a meaningful life. But that is what I can do as an individual. I believe that as an institution, like we tried to do in the past, we should set up an aging artist fund and be able to provide something for these people who have made us happy in the past, who we knew were talented and creative and are falling on hard times. And so that will be a part of the Black Star experience, that we create something that is able to look after some of these bright stars who gave us joy when we were growing up, and be able to at least give something back as a nation to them in their trying times. Ladies and gentlemen, we gather in front of the Independence Arc to relaunch the Black Star. That's our forebears, Nkrumah, and not only Nkrumah. I'm supposed to wave this at some point, but he can't explain to me when I should wave it. So you hold it for the meantime. We gather before the Independence Arc to rededicate ourselves to the concept of the Black Star, and that Ghana, as the first Black African nation south of the Sahara to gain independence, we want to recapture what Ghana meant at the time to the rest of Africa. And let me tell you, it wasn't only Africa, it was the whole of the black world. They were proud of Ghana as the first Black African nation to gain independence. And there's something that happened on the day. President Nixon, came to Ghana during the independence. He was not president at the time. But while they were jubilating at Ghana's independence, there was this black guy who was so happy and, dancing and jumping all over the place. And President Nixon asked him, how does it feel to be independent? And he says, I don't know, because I'm an American. We're not liberated yet. And at that time, blacks in America did not have the vote. Black people did not vote in elections in America. And at the time, Americans were fighting their civil rights movement to give black people the freedom in America to be considered the same as white Americans. And so Ghana became independent even before our brothers in America, the blacks, gained their civil rights. And so he says, I don't know how it is to be independent. I'm American. I'm from Alabama. That's what the guy said. But subsequently, in 1960s, the blacks in America also got the vote. And so Ghana's independence is a very pivotal event. And that's why we're drawing our inspiration for our tourism experience. We have a lot to market. We have talent. We have creative. And so we have a lot to market to make our tourism experience something that people will crave for. And so as your president, I will open the creative space. I'm going to open the door for you. And when I open that door, let nobody close it again. And we're going to do this together, all of us. And so whatever ideas you have, we're open to it. And let this be the start of the Black Star experience. And we'll hand this over from government to government to government. It doesn't matter whether it's NDC or MPP or PNC or CPP. We are all the Black Star. We're Ghanaians. And we're proud of our heritage and our culture. Now let me inflict this speech on you. Mercifully, it's not too long. I think it's just some 5 pages or so. And so I've said what was in my heart. Now, let me tell you officially what, they're asking me to tell you. This evening as okay, the flag is here. It says, this evening as I hold the flag of the Black Star experience, a symbol of our renewal, national spirit and cultural identity, I am filled with immense pride and hope. So here's the flag. Okay, you can take the flag now. Today we're not merely launching a brand, we're reclaiming our narrative and projecting to the world a bold new vision of Ghana. A Ghana that stands tall, vibrant, proud, and unstoppable. We're launching a movement, the Black Star Experience. From the rich tapestry of music, dance, choreography, and immersive digital presentations you have witnessed tonight, it should be clear that this initiative transcends tourism. It is a declaration that Ghana is the cultural and creative heartbeat of Africa. We're determined to redefine how the world sees us, and more importantly, how we see ourselves. The Black Star Experience is about restoring our pride, celebrating our heritage, and unlocking the vast potential within our cultural, creative, and tourism sectors. Ghana must be recognized not only for its historic achievements, but also for its dynamic present and limitless future. A powerful legacy has shaped our nation from the enduring kingdoms of Akwamu, Dagbon, and Ashanti to the fearless Pan-Africanist leadership of Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, whose vision of African unity still inspires generations. And yet for too long, we have underinvested in what makes Ghana truly exceptional. That is our culture, our creativity, our warmth, and the way of life. And that must change. And I say that from today, that will change. The Black Star Experience is our solemn pledge, one, to rebrand Ghana, and in that we will showcase to the world the brilliance of our festivals, the rhythm of our music, the beauty of our fashion, the power of our films, the richness of our cuisine, the wisdom in our storytelling, and the unmatched warmth of our people. Two, we'll create jobs. We will empower millions of young Ghanaians, particularly women, by unlocking opportunities in the creative and tourism industries, nurturing entrepreneurship and innovation, and creating sustainable livelihoods. And three, we'll attract investment. We'll draw in global investment and forge new pathways for inclusive growth and prosperity by positioning Ghana as Africa's premier destination for cultural tourism and creative collaboration. Let it be known that the Black Star Experience is not a one-off event. It is a 365-day celebration of Ghanaian ingenuity and excellence. And so here, we're not going to have one day where we say, today is the Black Star Experience. It's the year long. There will be different components, and I'm going to come to that. And so the creative energy of our people will radiate daily from every region and every community. Imagine the majestic rhythms of the Hogbe Chocho Festival in Anglo, the electrifying art of the Chalewote Festival right here near the Black Star Square, the dazzling colors of Fetu Afashe in Cape Coast, broadcast to global audiences, the Ojura festivals of Ekwapim and Ashanti, Abuachiri of the people of Ifutu, Homowo of the people of Ga, and the Bogum festivals of the Dagbon people. Kente weavers, imagine Kente weavers in Bongre are celebrated as national treasures. Kumawood and Gallywood filmmakers, dazzling international screens, global in studios across Accra to Takoradi. Hollywood producers choose our castles and landscapes for their blockbuster movies, partnering with the private sector to build amusement centers, water parks, and cableways, domestic tourism that takes our people to different regions every month. Imagine tourists not simply visiting Ghana, but immersing themselves in our heritage, experiencing our stories, and returning home as cultural ambassadors of Ghana. That is what we call the Black Star Experience. During the campaign of last year, 2024, I promised to launch this initiative as part of the 120-day compact of my administration with Ghanaians. Today, I stand here to deliver on that promise. But ladies and gentlemen, we're just getting started. Through our Big Push policy for infrastructure, we'll commit significant investments into the tourism space. We'll commit investments into the creative economy. We'll upgrade our tourist sites to world-class standard. We'll provide critical support to creative industry practitioners and promote Ghana on digital and physical platforms. So to our musicians, our designers, our chefs, our filmmakers, our writers, and our performers, I say this is your time. Let your talents flourish and let your creativity soar. Ghana believes in you and the world is waiting for you. To investors, I say Ghana is open for business. Partner with us to shape a cultural economy that benefits business. Partner with us to shape a cultural economy that benefits our people and enriches the world. To the world, we invite you to experience Ghana like never before. Come and feel the heartbeat of Africa. Come and witness the power of the Black Star. And yes, when we host the Ghana Fashion Week in July, it's going to be a full 7 days to spotlight our vibrant fashion industry. And this is the interesting one. I, your president, will proudly take to the catwalk because this experience is real and it belongs to all of us. If you notice, I wear made in Ghana clothes. This is my round neck. We popularly call it Jonathan, yeah? And then I have political suits, all sewn by Ghanaian designers. And even if you see me wear a suit, it is made in Ghana. And so on that day, I'm going to go into my wardrobe and I'm going to change 3 times. And I'm going to walk on the catwalk. And anytime I walk, I'll tell you which designer sewed that particular dress. I also eagerly anticipate the Accra, Tamale, Kumasi, Ho, and Takoradi street carnivals. We're going to have street carnivals in all these regional capitals. And the youth are going to come out. We're going to have masquerades. We're going to do all kinds of things. And then we're also going to have the Taste of Ghana food fairs, where we showcase our foods. You go to many African countries, and they have just one food. In Ghana, we have the Agbelika clothes, we have the Banku and Fetrideshi, Wokple, Fufu, and light soup, Tuonzafi, Mutu and granite soup, Wache, which was the one that I like very much. Red, Gobe. We have Gobe. So at these food fairs, which will hold nationwide, we're going to get our caterers to come and cook the best of Ghanaian food, and Ghanaians will flood there. Foreigners will come and have a taste of Ghanaian cuisine. So, ladies and gentlemen, I told you this speech was short. Together, let us make Ghana a true cultural and economic powerhouse, shining brightly like the black star that we see on top of this Independence Arc. And let us be reminded of the words of Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. He says, we face neither east nor west. I thank you, and may God richly bless our homeland, Ghana. Thank you. Thank you very much.